Good day, everybody. We have a geometric series question sequence, I guess. Any geometric sequence has a form like this. It's the first term, which is 28 in this case. And then the common ratio is commonly, they use the letter R to represent the common ratio. So F times R is equal to X. And then right here, you'd multiply this by R and you get F R squared. Okay. Again, F stands for first. All right, so that's the form right here. And notice that the common ratio is given by both FR over F, right? That's where the ratio piece comes in. And successively, you would get FR squared over FR. But it is common, and the math reveals that, right? Both of these are just equal to R, right? That's important. This is a big sort of observation in terms of processing an equation, something like this, an expression like this, where the unknown is the middle term. It's a three-term geometric series with an unknown middle term, and also just a nice integer first term, and then a surd, an irrational number as the third term, okay? So those ratios are always equal to R, and R is the common ratio with these choices of letters. Okay, so after all of that buildup, this is what happens, right? The second term over the first term is the common ratio. The third term over the second term is also the common ratio. And notice how the roles of X change from numerator to denominator here, which leads to some fairly simple mathematics. If you cross multiply, which is a totally legitimate operation when you have equal fractions, you get this statement. All right, now we take square roots of both sides, plus or minus solutions. That's a little surprising. You would think it would just be positive, but I think there's two solutions here. So this would be equal to plus or minus. Now y'all, let me just see if I can. 4 times 7 is 28, so this would be 2 root 7. Okay, now that's just this part right here. Now, this part right here, let's see, what do we got here? 1078, if we do the prime factorization of that, 1078 is equal to 2. And it takes a little bit of time to notice this, times 7 squared times 11. Good, okay? So we have the square root of let me just write it like this, the square root of the square root. Now, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. This would, if you take the square root of this would be a 7 sitting right here, right? Okay, so you got 7, and then you still have the square root of 2 times 11, which is 22, right? Everybody comfortable there? All right, so what is all this equal to? Let's see, that would be equal to plus or minus 2 root 7. Now, what is this? Let's see, so this would be times square root of 7 again, right? Y'all, and then this part right here would be just the 4th root of 22, right? Now, a lot of you are saying, why not use rational exponents? Well, I think it's a crutch. A lot of people don't understand this type of notation, so they want to use rational exponents all the time. But anyway, this would be equal to plus or minus 14. See, right here, 14 times the 4th root of 22. Now notice this is equal to x, right? This is equal to x. Now so we know what x is. It's either one of these, and you can have a negative ratio, a common ratio. Now, but this isn't quite the common ratio. This is just the second term. So we would be done if the question was what is the middle term. But remember, it's x over 28 is the common ratio, right? So x over 28 okay, sorry y'all. This part here is equal to x, right? So x is equal to this. Okay, now x over 28 would be equal to plus or minus that. And x over 28 is the common ratio. Plus or minus the fourth root of 22. And 14 over 28 reduces to 2, right? So there you have it, folks. The strangest looking pair of common roots or common ratios you can imagine. All right. That is the answer. You could have just asked what is x, and this would be the answer, right? So that's our solution, folks. And you may be asking yourself, this got me. I thought you had to have a positive common ratio, but you see, if this were, just think of this, if this were a minus sign, this term would just be minus, but then you would multiply it and this would become positive, right? So there's actually two. It should really be a common, find the common ratios, all right? But maybe that's giving away too much, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, there's two of them, the way I computed them at least. These two values right here, this is your common ratio right here. I'll call it C dot R. Christian radius. No, common ratio. Okay, common ratio. And that does it, folks. I think that we're finished with this problem. I liked it because you don't see irrational numbers a lot in these type of questions. So hopefully I did it right, and you guys enjoyed the video.